Muy buenas tardes, chavalitos. ¿Qué tal? Vamos a darle un poquito de caña a esto, ¿no? A ver. A ver si quiere echar a andar, ¿no? Bueno, chavales, como bien sabéis, teníamos que ir hacia allí. Y el problema estaba en que no sabía cómo ir, ¿vale? Vamos a ver, seguramente tengo cositas que ver, porque había una nueva actualización, ¿vale? Entonces, bueno. Eventos. La verdad que eso me da igual. Vamos a ver por aquí. Ok. No sé si ir, tío. Bueno, dar por culo eso. ¿Vale? No me interesa lo mismo. Que sí, cállate. Cabeza. 7 y 0. ¿Vale? 7 y 0. Ya tenemos 8 y vamos a seguir por ahí. A ver, con este podríamos ir hacia allí. Sí que podría. Simplemente haciendo así, ¿vale? Esperando y haciendo así. Lo mismo hay otro modo de ir. Pero no lo conozco, ¿vale? Ahora mismo. Entonces realmente lo que voy a hacer es esto. Ir así. Va a ser más lento, pero voy a llegar seguro. Si nos caemos al agua, estamos jodidos, ¿eh? Básicamente porque ahora estamos a una distancia que tal, ¿sabes? Y caerse aquí... A ver, podría ir al barco ese, no sé si llegaría, ¿vale? Ahí hay un cofre. Pero no sé si llegaría nadando hasta allí. O podría subir o no podría. La verdad es que seguramente Hay que hablar en plan con algún barco o lo que sea y ese te trae hasta aquí. Pero, como no lo he encontrado, básicamente pues lo que voy a hacer es eso. Voy a ir hasta allí, así, con el hielo. Andando por encima del mar y listo. Así lo vamos a hacer. Mira, mira todo lo que tengo que recorrer, ¿vale? Lo poco que llevo y todo lo que tengo que recorrer hasta llegar ahí. Vamos a ir primero a esa islita que hay allí, que es la más cercana, y ya pues valoramos si seguir o qué. Largo el trecho, que hay que recorrer hasta llegar allí. Si tuviese el poder de la letra Q, digamos el definitivo, ¿vale? De este personaje, activaría el escudo de hielo y automáticamente podría ir corriendo y seguiría generando un camino de hielo. Pero como no es así, pues tenemos que ir con el poder este básico de la E y con eso pues ir poquito a poco. Disculpa. Resfriarse en verano es horroroso, ¿eh? Lo que yo no sé es si ahí habrá algún teleporter, porque si lo hay, pues obviamente lo voy a aprender y me ahorro el caminazo es enorme con este tío, vaya. Está lejos, ¿eh? La isla ahí al fondo. Ojo que me caigo. No se ve la Vía Láctea esa, ¿eh? Bueno, Vía Láctea digo, a lo mejor no se llamaría Vía Láctea, ¿no? Pero como si lo fuese. De aquí a allí podría llegar nadando, pues no lo sé, ahí aún todavía bastante trecho. Vamos a ver si primeramente consigo llegar ahí y luego ya vemos qué hago, porque si no, no sé, la verdad. Yo creo que desde aquí sí llego yo. Es aquel barco. Estoy casi seguro que es aquel barco, pero... Sí, sí que lo es. Es cierto que en la zona de la jungla y tal, en esos ríos, tenemos un barco. Pero no sé desde aquí si podemos cogerlo en alguna zona, porque yo no he visto ninguna zona de esas que pegan las costas de aquí para poder cogerlo aquí. Es decir, por toda esta zona no hay costa ninguna donde podamos coger el barco, ¿vale? Pero eso está más bien metido aquí, ¿veis? Aquí. Aunque claro, si yo cojo de aquí el barco e intento irme para allá, sería erróneo. ¿Por qué digo esto? Porque el mapa, la zona roja, no se puede entrar, ¿vale? Entonces, claro, ese barco solo se puede coger para ir hacia arriba e ir quizás por aquí, pero ya está, hasta aquí tampoco, porque ya a partir de aquí es lo mismo. Y luego aquí se puede coger también el barco, pero para estar por ahí, un poco más. Hostia, allí hay un coso de eso de piedra, ¿eh? Y ahí hay gente, además. Que hay más gente. ¿Qué cojones hace esa gente aquí? Vale, este ya está reventado. Está complicadillo, ¿eh? Ir hasta allí está complicadete, pero aún así lo vamos a intentar. No sé si puedo morirme aquí, ¿vale? Pero... pues, vale, vale, aquí por ahora puedo ir... Vale, bien por ahora. Coño, ve que subí ahí arriba. Vamos a bajar rápido. Y claro, ¿no? Me está mandando de un sitio a otro. Al final me estoy alejando de lo que quiero hacer. Mira, está ahí todo los pelos. Dos de 10. Ojo, eso más, ¿eh? Venga, vamos por culo. Ahora huyes, ¿no? Van a tener el casco, ¿eh? Protector. No, protege dentro. Toma, campeón. Bueno, ese, ¿eh? Escudo de ronda. Toma, campeón. Un tornado de fuego, tío. Ojo. Eso, no me va a viento matarlo, ¿eh? Coño. No. Literalmente, en verdad no me importa. Quiero ir a hacer la misión y ya está. Ya eso realmente le pueden dar por culo, ¿no? Sí, claro. Ahí está. Cuando no hay tres, pues serán cuatro. Literal. Vale, he dicho. No te ganas de trepar ahora por ahí, tío. No se ha pesado. Sí. Literalmente me va a servir para irme para la otra isla. Y desde la otra isla sí que puedo volar hasta el barco. Literal. Podría haber cogido eso ya que estaba aquí. Para no tener que volver en un futuro y cogerlo y tal, pero... Mira, mira eso. ¿Lo he visto? ¿Que se ha caído? Pues está. ¿Qué es eso? Ah, vale. Ladronzuelo. ¿Vale? Cuidado con eso que peta, ¿eh? Se fortalece además. Mira, además por culo. ¿Vale? Estamos. Nice. Pues ahí. Agua, hielo y fuego. Mal asunto. Vamos a bajar, que aquí hay algo como... No sé si una prueba o una entrada. Una entrada. Y desbloqueando esta entrada, sí que podemos acceder aquí rápido, ¿vale? Porque estas entradas son como teleporte. Ok. Vale, ¿veis? Mira, qué bien, ¿no? Creo... Bueno, ya podríamos entrar aquí, teletransportarnos y toda la pesca. Hay muchos magos de esos asquerosos, ¿eh? Hay que tener cuidado. Vamos a subir. Ok, voy a subir por aquí. Cuidado, cabrón. Mm, Creo que puedo subir más incluso. Yo creo que desde aquí llego. Intentaré caer en un remo, recuperar la energía y así poder subir. Aquí. ¿Listo? Pues ya estaríamos dentro del barco. Joder, ha costado, ¿eh? De aquí a aquí. Ha costado, ha costado. Ojo, ¿eh? Ah, que está en el barco. Hay gente que en el propio barco necesita ayuda. Antes de nada, ¿has visto? Sí,
Who have we got here? Wait, I know you. You're that traveler, aren't you? The one who fought against the Patuian Osile, right?
sí.
Ningguang told me about you. A traveler of great insight and remarkable skill has saved. She's a hard one to please, so praise from her is high praise indeed. I'm judging by the clothes
Pues
on
ya
your
podría
back.
haber venido con el barco a
Guess this is
recogerme,
floating
la de la
then.
gran puta.
I guess that time has come.
Hey! The name's not floating fish.
Paimon? What a fascinating being. You two give off...
Huh? The fragrance of what now? That's the weirdest
Pay it no heed. I mean only to say I am certain that it is by fate, not chance alone, that we should meet. And that gives our encounter meaning.
Y estoy bien carajo, ¿eh?
You're not far off, but they go by a different name in Inazuma. This young man is Kaidahara Kazuha, a temporary addition to my crew for reasons I won't bore you with. Occasionally, he opens his mouth and flowers come out instead of words.
With this fine ship and the soft sea breeze, would it not be romantically irresponsible of me not to acknowledge?
Oh, I can't argue with that. Okay then. Once the clash is...
Only if the mood takes me, of course. Poetry for poetry's sake tends to lack meaning.
Hey, you don't want to pass this opportunity up too easily. Especially...
Oh, wait a minute. What's the clash? Also, just
Huh? I thought you might be here to sign up. You're telling me you've never... The Crux Clash is a martial arts tournament that I hold. There'll be a whole bunch of folks taking part to show... There are 2 important rules. 1, competitors must be renowned fighters. We want those with real martial arts ability. Not so. You've got nothing to worry about there. I don't think there's anyone out there who hasn't heard of you. 2, you can't take part if you've got... You must be feeling And with Lewis... Well, before you dismiss the idea completely, you might be interested to hear that the prize this time round is Get this. It's a masterless vision.
Supplied by myself, as a matter of fact. If the tournament champion can reawaken...
Is there really such thing as a masterless vision?
When a vision bearer dies, the light in their vision will fade away. But the shell that As for whether this shell has any practical application, well, this remains to be seen. But my
Yep, and the way I see it, a vision is a badge of recognition from the gods. So if anyone's able to rekindle it, it's gotta be an individual of organizing the clash is my way of... So if you don't have a vision...
Vamos pues.
Inazuma?
Well, why didn't you say... In that case, if you win...
You just want him to take part in...
What's wrong with that?
What are we gonna do?
Great. Then let's...
It seems like it will only be a matter of time before...
Vale. Pues esto para mí. Lo voy a dejar, vamos. Sin recursos, voy a dejar. Todo para mí. No puedo entrar. Drake, el supuesto conductor. Sí, lo que tú digas, pero que me estoy llevando todos tus cofres. Ataque en acción se llama. Gilipollas. A ver. Vamos a una cosa. Nos está mandando ahí. Torneo. Ah, vale, ya sé dónde es. Pero para ir hasta allí, ¿cómo carajo voy? Ah, bien, bien. Sé cómo ir. Sé cómo ir. No. Pensaba que sí, pero no, ¿eh? No se hace camino. Nah. Bueno, no importa. Podría teletransportarme aquí. Y me evito eso. Si es justo donde estaba antes que decía que no se podía hacer nada, pues es ahí. De hecho, el lugar ya tenía, o sea, tenía pinta de algo importante.
Beto said that they had to be renowned fighters. Who will we be up against?
Pues nada, vamos a ver. Espera, tengo aquí. Ah, todo está asqueroso.
Hello, are you?
You bet I am. Have you put your names down yet? Well, I'd have a look at the entrance criteria if I were you. Then the Clash is a comprehensive test of fighting. Nobody wants to see that.
Yeah.
Me? Only a former run. What? You? Not to mention, they tried to sneak past me under the cover of dark. I planted a left hook on the skinnier one. I stood my ground, of course. A roundhouse kick sent. I'm not saying I came up.
But for us,
I'll see you in the arena.
Este no va armado, pero participa.
Hi there. Are you here for the?
That's right. Nothing beats real life, but this tournament.
Exactly. With a vision, we.
His master.
Estos son dos, ¿no?
He's the founder of the Ling Shan clan. You probably. He's got to be to the Ling Shan clan.
Force disperse.
It's a type of breathing exercise where you can train yourself to harness the energy around you. For example,
One time, he sent a challenger flying into the air without lifting a finger.
it sure is.
We're
There's a tuition.
Of course.
But recently, though,
A ver, ¿no? ¿Qué pasa?
Get our hands on a vision too.
well, we have to try.
Exactly. Folks will come from far and wide.
See you in the.
Ok, falta alguien más, ¿no? Un viejote de aquí. Ah, no, mira. Este que está aquí sentado. Jinju.
Hey,
Jinju.
youngster. Are you here for the Crux Clash too? If so, seems I found myself another new advocate.
So you're also here for?
You better believe it. I wouldn't be here if I didn't think I could walk away as a champion. For me, obtaining a vision is the final and most important piece in the puzzle that is my life. No. It's not about what I want to do. This is about who I want to be. I know how that sounds, but let me explain. I've lived a successful. I've passed in most people's a vision.
You have
Vale.
so much self-confidence.
That's not important. I have a contact in the Crux fleet who was happy to vouch for me. So they very kindly made. I've also brought along a bit of an. Of course, I also put in a few good days' practice, concentrating mostly on rare and esoteric stuff. I seem to have gained another fan. Don't let my aura overwhelm you. Now then, if you don't mind, I need to finish my pre-competition routine. It's not too long.
Claro que
now
se
before
confía ahí. Confíate. Pendejo.
So to recap, we're up against an inflated ego, some gullible guys paying way too much for their kung fu classes, and another guy who's just real.
Chinksa Village Arm Wrestling. Next, please. What's your name? Wait, did I hear that right?
Is it really them?
Huh? Aren't they a vision bearer, though? Why are they trying to enter the clash?
I have to ask. Aren't you the traveler that helped Liyue fight off that ancient? Oh, it's really him!
The one that spoke with Lady Kuching at the rite of parting.
Oh, I wonder if I can get his autograph later.
I trust you are aware that, only those without visions can enter the tournament? Really? But from what I've heard, the things you're capable of in combat are nothing short of extraordinary. You walk into the most dangerous situations imaginable, face off against all sorts.
Yep, he still doesn't have a vision though. See for yourself.
My apologies. I didn't mean to be rude. I'm sure a great hero like yourself would have no reason to lie. Now, could I ask? It's just a formality for you, of course, but so far I've got defeated the ancient god Osile, so that's one. Do you have any others?
Yeah, and also a dragon too. Put down battle with Storm Terror.
Whoa.
Might as well declare him the champion already.
I wonder if it's too late to withdraw.
Okay, that's plenty. Actually, this is the most Right. Your registration is complete. Now, a great hero such as yourself can surely only be here for one thing. To win the tournament and claim the grand prize, namely, a vision.
Obvio. Esto lo quiero yo.
Oh, we're not here for that. We're here because Captain Beto promised to take us to Inazuki.
There's another prize, too?
Beto must have upped the stakes this time to attract top talent.
But why would anyone want to go somewhere as dangerous?
I see. So, I take it you discussed your terms with Beto in advance, then? Well, anyway, the
Hey, so Paimon's thinking about that whole no vision, but even though you don't have a vision, most people in Teyvat think that you can't manipulate the. So Paimon thinks you probably shouldn't use your elemental abilities during the tournament. In any case, looking at the competition, it should still be pretty easy for you to win. Even all right, it should.
Vale, he de vencerles sin usar poderes.
Our next competitor is seen by many as the favorite to win this tournament. His first bout begins now.
Seems like you've got a pretty good chance.
You? You're the hero they're talking about?
Come on, let's go sign up. What a strange guy. Why was he so confident to begin with? Well, now that we've won, let's go and see Beto. She'll probably have something to say to us.
So, what do you think, Kazuha? He totally dominated that.
Impressive. But I also observed our favorite exercise some restraint.
Well, I've fought my fair share of battles, both big and small. And I say, after the show he put on just... So, come on. We all know you've got a wide vocabulary in there.
All right. Let me think. You fought well.
All right, then. I was thinking your inner poet might want... You know, a lot of competitors came to me saying how surprised they were that Liu was here. And since you signed up, we've had many others do the same, with more than a few top-tier fighters among them. I'm sure lots of them are here to find out how they... Well, since everyone sees you as the one to beat, for one thing, we don't... So, I'm putting you straight...
Huh? But we...
This is how Captain Beto worked. Besides, at your...
To be fair...
All right, I'm gonna watch some more of the turn. We're finally here, folks.
The captain seems to have high hopes for the... Your opponent has fought many rounds to get to the semifinals. This makes him a seasoned war... You may well be stronger than him, but this should not give you cause to lower your guard. Very well. Show me that you are ready.
All right, that's...
Your opponent in the semifinals is new to the Crux Clash, but he has... I do not doubt your abilities, but I would suggest that you make sure you are...
Relax, my god...
Okay, follow me.
At last, the moment we've all been waiting for. The semifinals have begun. Who's it gonna be this time? The hero or the dark horse?
I don't care about the prize. You're a strong opponent. That's what I'm here for.
Hello.
I'm sweating all over. It's a good feel. Congratulations. I was beaten by the best. I need to train hard.
Right! For a moment there, Paimon, if you had a vision, you'd definitely be one...
I wanted a vision once, when I was a kid. People said that if you're... But mine, I lost interest eventually. You can't depend on a vision like you can your own body. I've fought and won against vision bearers before. The power they have was given to them by the god.
Huh? You mean you didn't sign up to try and get your...
No, I didn't. I only wanted to pit myself. Only in defeat can you understand your weaknesses, and...
Wow! Now...
If you have the chance in the future, please come and spar with me again. I will be...
by the way, do you know who else made it into the finals? Is it gonna be someone
Whether they'll be as tough as me, I don't know. But what I have, so don't get too...
Rápido, ¿no? Alguien rápido.
There he goes. Maybe we should ask around, see what we can find out about our
Okay.
opponent in the final round. Paimon thinks we might need to up our game a little.
Ah, it's you! I myself was eliminated in the 3rd round.
Maybe next time, huh?
Why, yes. He's the same one who defeated me. He is a formidable opponent. Quick on his feet, I faltered for but a brief moment. But given my stature, I have no fear of squaring off with physically strong opponents. But faced with a nimble, agile opponent such as him, still, I'm sure he'll be no match for you.
Hey there!
He tried to use force. His opponent was pretty. Why don't you dodge, they ask. Don't even get me started. I don't dare tell my master about this. Otherwise, I'd never hear the end. Sorry, I shouldn't be complaining in front of you like this.
Oh.
Thanks, I'll do my...
We still haven't got any useful information yet.
Creo que es este, en verdad. Pero bueno, vamos a ver.
You gave an outstanding. I could sense that you're not familiar with bouts of this kind. But you were quick to adapt and managed to claim victory over your opponent. In fact, I discerned this not from what I saw, but what I heard. The ground beneath your feet and the pattern of your breathing.
I guess not using your elemental powers must be quite new.
We wanted to ask about who our opponent will be in the final.
Not exactly. Contenders that reach the finals aren't necessarily stronger. As for the guy you'll be facing, his skill lies in his speed, and he has superior form. It's also obvious that he... What's the matter? Worried that you've bitten off more than you can chew this time?
If that is the case, then I haven't
Yeah.
It is true that I am I do not mean to flaunt my martial prowess. But I myself have witnessed reputable fighters hailing... Given your talents, a few hints from me will be all that's necessary.
Hang on. Don't you think you're bending the rules a bit?
Gathering intelligence is an essential part of any duel. You must know your enemy. Besides, our favorite here has fought many battles on the...
You betcha. Wait a second.
Does one not leave a trail when traveling through the wild? However, there is only so much. Come with me. Some post...
Let the show begin.
Now that we're alone, let me cut to the heart of the matter. You are skilled in manipulating the elements. And not just a single element, but multiple. Is that correct?
Paimon knew that you were hinting at something from...
That's right. If the other contenders were to catch wind of your elemental ability, if I'm not mistaken, you share these considerations, given your reluctance to use elemental skills even... When I talk about that which I see or hear in you, this is not poetic symbolism at play. Since a young age, I have been attuned to the tidings of nature. I hear the breath of the wind, and it is things of this nature that I also hear.
As crazy as all that sounds...
My humble abilities are negligible compared to your incredible... To think a human could wield the elements without a vision. And not to mention your incredibly complex scent. Like that of...
Hey, stop evaluating based on our...
Could you perchance enlighten me as to how you managed to obtain your combined elemental abilities? So then, might I be so bold as to inquire how exactly it is that you learned to channel elemental energy and even wield it in combat?
Aw, it's nothing really. Paimon just told him whatever came to mind. It's been a long journey, and many things have happened along the way. Somehow, he just naturally learned to... Honestly, even Paimon doesn't understand how...
Perhaps such unfathomable things are the essence of the gods and the visions they grant. However, I still wish to have the honor of seeing how you wield the elements. Of course, I too shall share with you all that I've learned. That will make it a fair exchange. Now then, let's take...
I'll protect us. Yeah, come on. We can do it. Let the show begin.
Your skills in battle are truly beyond reproach. Even with your opponent's speed, he shouldn't be able to overwhelm you. Your opponent is skilled at controlling his breathing and maintaining balance, which enables him to execute moves that many would find impossible. He relies entirely on the element of surprise to defeat. In other words, as long as you remain mindful of his ability to detect weak points, then his attacks should pose no... Please, save your thanks. If anything, I should be thanking you for the opportunity to witness your command of the world is a truly mysterious place.
You seem kind of obsessed with visions, but don't you already have your own?
I desire to know what meaning visions have and what influences the gods' decision to grant humans. My apologies. You must be completely in the dark for allowing me the honor of witnessing your mystical ways. I am willing to answer any questions you may have regarding... So that's what you're curious about? As you well know, a vision hunt decree is currently underway. Visions are a gift bestowed by the divine. People that have accepted this gift are now having their visions confiscated inexplicably, sometimes in circumstances that leave their original recipients dead. In the outset, supposing each of the 7 archons had their criteria for granting visions to living beings, then does the current Electro-Archon, not to mention, with no new Electro-visions having been granted for such a long time, it would seem that we can...
She sounds less like an Archon and more like a tyrant.
As far as I know, she is an Archon that pursues eternity. She will relentless... Liyue's contracts are meant to benefit all who reside within Liyue. But what does Inazuma's pursuit of eternity bring to its people? It goes without saying that the people locked within Inazuma do not fare well these days.
Sounds a lot like something the god you encountered in the beginning would do.
Oh? Have you encountered the Electro Archon before? With time, we will change. If you wish to find her, she will forever be there. There will come a day when I too shall wish to understand the answers to eternity from... Ah, the time for your...
Oh, right!
If you have no other matters to attend to, very well.
Ah, controla. Ok.
Why isn't he here yet?
Ok, vale.
Never mind. We can start by making your entrance first. Everyone, listen up! Your attention, please! We've reached the climax of the crux. We've seen many exciting battles today. Now, I'd like to introduce our first combatant. He strikes fear into the heart of Osile, and the mere mention of his name causes even the Fatui Harbingers to turn pale and...
Wow!
I've been waiting for
I'm sure everyone witnessed his thrilling... But today's final round will As for our other combatant... Oh, come on, what could be taking him so long? You can't just Apologies! Everyone just sit tight! We've got no other choice. If he doesn't show up...
Wait a moment. Captain Beto, perhaps we should check on the prize. Traveler.
Let me see. It's gone all right.
Huh? Did somebody steal it? Who would...
We don't know when it was taken. I never thought that someone here would have the guts to cross Captain Beto.
No need to worry. Even the craftiest sleight of hand does not escape nature's The vision was the prize that I had offered, and it was my responsibility to look after it. I will be certain.
Well, if you insist. I'll stay here and try to offer...
If you would, please come with me.
but...
Come with me. I can...
A wind current?
The winds have come at an opportune moment. Let's seize this chance. Ride the winds upward. From there, we can continue our search for clues.
By the way, what made you suddenly think of checking the prize in the first place?
I heard it the moment it was stolen.
Well, then why didn't you stop him?
You'll see, shortly.
This moth will be frozen in time.
Ready? Steady,
so
go!
soon.
I'll protect us.
Disappear! Wind blade!
You can't run from death.
The winds are guiding us forward. The culprit is on the opposite shore now.
You can hear that too? What does it sound like?
Hubris. This way. Follow me. There may be an ambush waiting for us up ahead, but I trust that you are well prepared for such a scenario.
Hoarders, they're here! Get them!
Treasure hoarders, just as I expected. In which case, please stand back.
up with me? How is that possible? I had even prepared a boat to ensure a quick getaway, and
No boat could ever match the speed of the wind.
the wind. What are you talking about? Drat! If I only had a vision. Or if I could activate.
This has nothing to do with visions. You may be skilled at vanishing from a crowd, but it seems you know precious little about how to conceal yourself from. Additionally, your chosen escape route was flawed for reasons that are too numerous to go into. And on top of that, I could hear your boasting and proud laughter in the wind as I was pursuing you. In other words, you failed to meet any of the basic criteria for a grand heist.
You.
But most disappointing of all is the state of the vision in your hand. It appears that the vision doesn't respond to human desire in description.
Fine! I've had my eyes on this vision for quite some time now. I decided to register after hearing that this fighting contest was full of a bunch of lousy fighters. I fought.
Aha! So you were supposed.
I'd intended to win the contest through skill alone all along. But then after watching the semifinals, I knew that I didn't stand a chance. But I wasn't about to give up on the vision so since there was no use in trying to face you in the match, I decided to put my skills to good use while everyone. I was convinced I prepared thoroughly for my escape, but somehow you still managed to catch. After all I went through to get it? I think not. I know an empty threat when I hear one. Fine. But you'd better mean it. It didn't activate once I took it anyway. It's nothing but a
You know, according to the laws of the sea, the penalty for stealing is breaking the culprit's arms.
Huh? You're not serious.
Not to mention that the item you stole was a prize. You didn't show up for the final match, and you damaged the reputation of the captain of the Crux fleet. It seems that it would be only fair to brand the word thief on your forehead with a hot...
Whoa, whoa! We don't need to go that far, do we?
I never would have guessed you. If this is where talking gets me, then forget it. I'll risk a fight.
I'll protect us. Come on, we can do it.
Dude, frostbite.
No, no. Do what you want, but please, don't...
He has persevered to the bitter end, and now death looms near. Put down the vision and leave. I've changed my mind.
Huh?
What's wrong? Are you up? It's up to you. Such willingness is commendable.
No, no need for that. Thank you for...
Huh? Paimon doesn't get it. Were you just...
I take no pleasure in frightening others. I was just testing all possibilities while the vision... When people are forced into a corner, that is when their greatest strength will appear. But unfortunately, nothing... Yes. I wanted to know from the moment he stole the vision. I've tried many other methods in the past, though few tales tell of a masterless... After seeing you command multiple elements, I figured that nothing is... Come, why don't you give it a try?
The vision...
I see. So you are... No matter. This was expected. I suppose this...
Yeah, what's the story behind...
The story begins with an old... He was once a good friend of mine. One day he asked me about a sword art of which he had heard, the Musono Hitotachi. I told him it can only be witnessed when divine punishment is administered. It is the pinnacle of the Raiden Shogun's skill, a symbol of ultimate power. But he replied, there must be one who can withstand it. There will always be those who dare to brave the lightning's glow. Then, the Vision Hunt decree arrived. People's aspirations were stripped away as the Raiden Shogun began to construct her ideal of eternity. While I was fleeing from place to place, I heard that my friend had challenged the Vision Hunters to a duel before the throne. A solemn yet brutal challenge. The defeated face divine punishment, while the victors gain a second chance. Perhaps he thought he of all people should make a stand. Coming face to face with the Musono Hitotachi was all that he truly desired, after all. When I arrived at Tenshukaku, the duel was over. I heard his sentence of divine punishment, his severed blade hitting the ground. Perhaps that was the glory he had yearned to witness. In his last moments, what expression was on his face? Before I knew it, I had stepped forward and snatched the dying vision and was running from the scene. All I knew was that I mustn't let his hope, which burned so brightly, become buried among the ice-cold statue of a god. Perhaps I may come to find that all I have done is meaningless. But as a wandering samurai, I find meaning in traveling and the sprawling beauty of nature that lies along the way, while still retaining the warrior.
Kazuha!
It's all right then. It's time we returned. Allow me to gather the wind for us once more.
Huh? Did Beto leave already?
If you're looking for the captain, she was summoned by Lady It seems that the Crux clash got out of hand this time, and Captain Beto was muttering something about Ningguang being a stick in the mud as she headed off to Liyue Harbor.
It's not...
But still, Captain Beto was disappointed she didn't get to witness the crowning of the new champion.
The one who stole the vision was originally to be this hero's opponent in the final round. He knew he stood no chance of winning the match, thus the wicked idea of stealing the prize. In which case, the Crux clash comes to a clear-cut
Huh? If that's the case, then the rules stipulate that he is disqualified. And our hero here...
Hyman thought we'd win and all, but now...
It doesn't matter. As the saying goes, honor given is honor deserved.
Yes, I believe so. But the voyage to Inazuma... In fact, the relentless rain and wind are also an embodiment.
Hold on a second. You're saying she can change the weather just...
Let us not forget that this is one of the 7 Archons. If Liyue... Suffice it to say that if you wish to journey... In the meantime...
Hyman believes you'll find...
Thank you. One final word of warning. The part of your...
Vale. Vamos a ver dónde vamos ahora, pues. Vamos a ir ahí. Esto. Vale, ahora me puedo teletransportar allí. Esto, perfectísimo. Ok. Ok. Creo que vamos a fortalecer las armas de esta gente lo que podamos. Vale, habría que ascenderlo, ¿no? ¿Veis? ¿Vale? Y el de este. Necesito dos. Ahí no me quiero dar más. Esta ya está encendida full. No, David, no puedo encender ninguno. Bueno, no importa. Bien.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. What can I do for you, traveler? Ah, yes. Now that I think about it.
There you are.
Ojo,
You're
Nancy.
the traveler that Beidou will be taking to Inazuma, right? Oh, is that right? The fleet is nearly completed reprovisioning. Once the crews have taken a head count, Captain Beidou sent me to come get you. We'll weigh anchor as soon as you're...
Seems Beidou is the captain.
Of course.
So you'll be heading off then? Whether the journey before you leads to the heights of the heavens, or the depth until we meet again. Ad Astra Abyssosk.
Oh, it's kind of...
Well, if that's how you feel, why not come and find me when you are...
So there's enough...
Well, I guess it's time for you to...
Okay.
Just following...
Vale, una vez que ya hemos hablado con esa, vamos a volver a hablar, ¿vale?
Ad Astra...
Porque al hablar podemos enviar a estos también. Primero recoger esto. Obvio. Pero necesitamos... Mira, pues mira. Pollito. No, pollito no. 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 Saca, ya. Saque y setas normales. A eso me traes es. Estos son champiñones. No, ven así. Ah, ¿puedo mirar otro? Venga, pues ahí sí vamos a mandar esto. Vale, dicho esto. Anda cosita, a ver si podemos cocinar algo raro. Vale, en verdad con este, ¿para qué vamos a cocinar este? Tontería. Teniendo este, mejor que este. Con nuestro saco. Pero este es el que nos cura. Este es el que nos da energía y este es el que nos da escudo. O sea, estos son los mejores platos que tenemos ahora mismo. Este es mejor que este, obviamente. Pero bueno, vamos... No sé, sumar. Va. Ya, ya. Dicho esto, tenemos aquí el barco. Nos vamos a teletransportar ahí. Y una vez hecho eso, nos vamos a ir hacia otra nueva zona del mapa a la cual no podíamos acceder si no era desde aquí. Ojo al parche. No, parche en tu ojo. Es diferente, ¿vale?
All these years, come rain or storm, the Crux fleet has never suffered a delay. If it were anyone else, I might have set sail already. Don't look too serious, I'm only joking. You're just on time. The crew have just finished making... We set sail for the land engulfed by storm and tempest.
Anchors away!
Pues nos vamos. Qué guapo, ¿no? ¿Cómo se ve esto así en plan primera persona? Una pregunta es, tiene 3 tipos de propulsión. Tiene propulsión por remo, propulsión por una especie de ruedas motores, digamos, motoras, y tiene propulsión por vela, o sea, por viento, o sea que no sé. No entiendo. Qué bonito, tío, los arces rojos japoneses estos. Oh.
Ahoy there.
¿No? Bueno, que encontrar unicornio.
So, you finally made it. You sure kept me waiting, Captain. And it appears we have a couple of stowaways. Or...
You can blame your almighty Shogun. The tempests around Inazuma have been growing all the more fierce lately. Though the fleet was fully up to the challenge, the inclement weather still caused some delay. Now then, let me introduce everyone. This is Toma, a trade partner that I've gotten to know recently.
You don't know how long I've been waiting to...
Toma, these two are...
Oh, no need for introductions. Their reputation precedes them. Seems even...
With any luck, it'll give you a head. Toma's resided on Rito for quite some time now. It wouldn't be going too far to say he's the fixer around these parts. If you run into any problems here, just talk to Toma. But if he tries to pull any moves on you, I'll be sure to deal with him personally the next...
No need to worry. I'm sure we'll get...
Good. Then if it's all settled, I'll be going. I wouldn't want to be caught with my sails down here. I do have a...
All right.
Until next time, traveler. Remember to give it your all, no matter what perilous storms you may encounter.
Fair seas can...
Now then, first things first. We need to go get you registered at the border...
Paimon thought we were supposed to be keeping things on the...
Don't underestimate the reaches of the Sakoku Decree. You wouldn't be able to... So we have to play by the rules, even if we're kind of bending them.
Vale. ¿Qué es eso? Calabanda. A mí. ¿Y estos son peces? Pececitos. A ver. Luego descargarán yo. Lo tengo.
That was a tough fight.
Pero yo no quiere, ¿no? Prueba este.
You've got it.
Parece que tengo uno grandullón, ¿no?
What is it? What is it? Is it another Paimon?
Sí, lo tengo. Ojo a este.
Victory is almost ours. Wow, nice catch.
El globo amargo. Vale, cambiamos otra vez a este.
You've got it. You got it. Wow.
Lo
Paimon's
tenemos.
stomach is rumbling already.
Volvemos a cambiar. Resultado.
Steady now. It's the final.
Ya lo tenemos.
Wow. Paimon's stomach is rumbling already.
Ahora, ¿qué pasa con eso? Esos peces que acabo de pillar. Vale, están aquí. Ahí los tenemos, ¿vale? Realmente los peces pues los podemos vender y toda esa mierda. Ojo. Y de aquí podemos sacar una foto. Y eso, chaval. ¿Un zorro de este toma la cola o qué? Tenía una nada más, pero bueno. Pero si me habla, me vende o compra algo. Nada, no quiere. Pues ya está, no compre. Esto lo pierde. ¿Verdad? Ah, vale, pescar. Los gatos.
Hello? Please state your name, identity.
Kageyama.
You must be...
Cuando comí picante, Kageyama.
Please provide the information requested and also declare any goods you are carrying with you. Currently, only members of the... My apologies, but I'll help.
Here are their entry papers for your kind perusal.
What?
I
see. Okay. Your papers are...
The Outlander Affairs Agency. They only...
Sheesh.
Well, as the word suggests, Outlanders aren't very welcome in Inazuma with the Sakoku decree. Not even on Rito, where they've established an outsider settlement. Now, let's head over...
Okay.
Most of the current rules were put in place by the administration of Rito, the Kanjo Commission.
Kanjo Commission?
Yes, one brand...
Es otra misión, ¿no? Son tiendas y tal. A ver. ¿Y? ¿Me deja comprar? Ah, entiendo, no dejan comprar por lo que sea. No permiten. No permiten hacer compras, ¿vale? Tampoco. Hola. Yurika. A ver qué nos dice Yurika.
You've completed the entry procedures, yes? And now you want to apply for residence?
Yes, please.
Okay, the processing fee will be 2 million mora.
2 million?
That's right. 1 million per applicant, which makes 2 million total. Don't worry, you could...
Paimon wasn't so much questioning your math as...
Ma'am, these two here are good...
Ah, Mr. Toma, it's you. By way of courtesy, allow me to reduce it to... 4...
Thank you ever so much. But as this is just a processing fee, I think 600 mora should cover it if I'm paying on their behalf. I'll treat you to dinner too.
That's not how you haggle! By all means, bargain...
All right then, as you wish, Mr. Toma. I will...
Much obliged.
Cojones, de 2 millones a 600 por cada uno o por los dos, manda cojones, ¿eh? La hija de puta esta.
What? She went from 2 million down to 600? There's something seriously wrong with people's sense of finance.
It's not as mind-boggling as you think. Processing fee, the way some here at the agency see it, the fees are easy money. So it becomes a question of how much they can make. So when the day comes that some poor merchant from overseas with more money than sense gets stuck here and needs to apply for residency...
Then they'll milk them for all they're worth.
Exactly. It's at times like this that having a local friend really comes in handy. Yes, but when you're an outlander in Inazuma, far from home in this closed nation era, there's the most that overseas merchants can do to look after themselves. That's how the International Trade Association came about.
So it's a trade association built by and...
Yep. And as well as essentially, it's an association devoted to both commercial...
Sounds like just staying alive, isn't it?
I see. So this is the real purpose of your trip. Yes, given that you are Outlanders, after all, the Raiden Shogun is the most exalted and revered one in all of Inazuma. She is a deity who reigns on high, while all other life gazes up in awe. Huh. I was going to say nothing is set in stone when it comes to who you will encounter in this world. Who's to say you won't happen to run into the Raiden Shogun one day after lunch? Okay, I'll give it to you straight. I know of a way to...
Really? Wow, the Rito Fixer...
I mean, it will take all the resources I have at my disposal, but it could be done. Connections come at a high price, you understand? No. In this instance, in fact, there's no real cost as such. It's just that if this is something you really want, you'll have to agree to help other people solve. I like to do things in a way that keeps everybody happy. It's my own personal rule for dealing with situations.
Sounds very reasonable to Paimon. You're the man in the middle, so you have to trade favors to keep everyone indebted to you.
Why do I get the feeling you're making me out to be some sort of crook? Here's the situation. As I touched upon earlier, the members of the International Trade Association are... Recently, things seem to have gotten more difficult than ever for them, so just go and check things out. The head of the association is called Caricio, and he's a good friend of mine. Go talk to him. I'll wait for you here.
Vale, ahora con Caricio. Sí. Vaya. Por eso, abierto.
Oh? Hello there. You must be seeking refuge with the International Trade Association. The Outlander Affairs agent. Good. That's a relief.
We heard the association has been having some difficulties lately.
Yes. Left, right, and center.
The Sakoku decree certainly makes things difficult for...
But it's not the root cause of our woes. No. What's really squeezing us Outlander merchants dry, those Mora grubbers from the
Oh, of the three
That's right. They impose astronomical tax. They just issued a new tax decree recently.
Crystal Marrow.
Something that most of us in the association had never heard of before. Eventually. So, in order to pay our taxes, we began an arduous search for this crystal marrow. But then we found we'd only managed to create a bigger problem for ourselves. The rising demand for crystal marrow. Now there's only one vendor who even has it in stock. We can't get a hold of it.
Isn't that what they...
Exactly. So this vendor keeps pushing the price up, and we have no choice but to buy from them because the tax decree forces us to. It's a vicious cycle, the consequence of which is that our taxes will soon exceed our profits. And once that happens, but this is a nation.
Sounds awful. What do you think we should do? But Carice's the head of the...
Right.
Okay.
I've actually done business. Hey, if I remember correctly, our usual meeting point with him is under a tree by...
Got it.
Vale, vamos para allá, al largo ese. Guardian.
Huh? I don't think I recognize you. So, what do you need with me? The sheer nerve. You don't go around asking questions like that. If I gave you my sources, I might as well hand you the whole trade secret. Got it? You know what trade and secret mean, right?
This guy's got a bad attitude.
Ha! Are you even buying? Oh, I see what's going on here. They're wasting their time. The price is non-negotiable.
Hey, what's your
Get out of here, go on. Tell them they're lucky to be buying from me in the first place. And they ought to be more grateful. If it weren't for me, they'd be in seriously hot water.
What are we gonna do? There's no talking to this guy. Good idea.
That was...
Actually, we're having a little trouble.
No? Well, by all means, tell me what you need. I'll help getting you to go fixing things when you've only just arrived. Oh, that guy? I'm familiar. He used to be a bit of a sorry sight, selling shells that he'd collect on the beach just to get by. But he seems to have suddenly shot up in the world recently. I can only assume he must have found himself a patron after leaving the International Trade Association.
You're saying he used to be a member of the...
Yes. Couldn't you tell when you spoke to him? That's right. Werner was born in Mondstadt. then went into the shipping business, trading between Leah and Inazuma. When Inazuma closed to the outside world, he was one of a group of outlanders that ended up stranded on Rito. The International Trade Association was initially very generous to him, but over time, with decree after decree, the association members found it increasingly difficult.
So he left the association.
I'm sure it's more nuanced than that. I believe even the most ungrateful and cold-hearted of people still have some amount of gratitude and warmth left in them.
Really?
Well then, it sounds like...
What are you doing back here? Just because I got plenty of time on my hands doesn't mean I want to waste any of it talking to you. Huh? Where's this coming from? Mondstadt? You were talking... Goodness, I can sense it now. So familiar, but I can't remember the the scent of Mondstadt. Oh, how it takes... Oh, my hometown. The home of freedom. How I long to go back and...
It's work.
So, trying... Huh? What is this? What are you up to now?
Just close your eyes already.
You mean... the sound of the ocean? Leah Harbor. I can see it so clearly. Oh, and the sound of the waves. The calls of the merchants. Xiao lanterns. I'm right there at the lantern right. Oh.
This guy has a really active imagination. Either that or he...
Wait. Stop. That's enough. Don't make me relive it anymore. My poor heart can't... You mean the folks from the International Trade Association? And often, I'll sneak down to the shore at night and listen to the sound of the waves. I like to imagine it's the voice of my... I've run into folks from the association more than a few times doing just that, but I always hide my face and... Don't you think I've wanted to talk things through with them and free myself from this anguish?
Well, no one's stopping.
They're so resilient. None of them had anyone else to rely on, so they rallied together, committed to finding a way to survive. But I couldn't do it. I'm not strong enough, so I caved. Those people, they'd make the smallest of promises, offer the most measly benefits, and I'd do whatever they asked of me. And make Mondstadters look... All right, I'll tell you the whole story. It's eating me up inside.
You ready to talk now?
But I betrayed them. I can't show my face.
Come on, you scaredy cat. Look, you messed up, so come on, get it off your...
It's a scheme by the tax collection Ashigaru. Keijiro and his companion. They start by overtaxing the merchants, then take the extra crystal marrow they receive and stockpile it. Once the merchants run out of places to buy crystal marrow, they get me to sell that extra stock back to the merchants at an extortionate price, with the proceeds going to the tax collection Ashigaru.
It's plain...
I'm their puppet, yes. But my cut is a tiny fraction of what we take in total. It's barely enough for me to live on. Evidence? Now that I think about it, whenever I report back to him after a sale, he always... As it happens, I handed some Mora over to him not long ago. I can show you where he went.
Really? What?
Keijiro! It's him!
Eiji. ¿Hay que seguirlo o qué?
Love or freedom?
It's getting further and further away! Let's catch up a little.
Ah, Ryo.
Too close! It's too close! He'll notice us for sure!
Now, who else is behind on payments? Let me think. Yes, the Trade Association clique still needs to be brought into line.
He's getting further and further away!
What was that sound? Must be hearing things. Drat, I'm behind schedule. I need to hurry.
He's getting further and further away! Let's catch up a little.
What could he be doing at a place like this?
It looked like he buried something over there, didn't it? Whoa, it's boring. Paimon thought he'd hidden a big pile of Mora here.
Let me take a look here. Ah, yes! This is what we're looking for. A clear and...
Great! Well, now we have our hard evidence. Let's go tell Karisu the good news.
I'll...
Huh? You aren't gonna...
I need a little more time before I'm ready to face the head of the association.
Huh. Poor Werner's a pretty...
But we really don't have anything left. If this keeps up, our sales will come in at a loss. There'll be nothing.
You know the decree. The rules are the rules. No discounts, no exceptions, and no excuses. And who are you? Another...
It just so happens that we found your little ledger, so now we're here to tell everyone all about how you embezzled crystal marrow to sell it right back to the taxpayers.
Huh? Is this... You've been swindling us!
Well, you see, the taxes,
Let me take a look at the ledger. Well, would you look at that? Every payment the association has... So, Mr. Keijiro, it seems you have some explain...
So you think you can use this against me, do you? It's quite obvious.
Word has it that Samurai and the Commission place great importance on reputation and prestige. Though I'm sure Commission members won't blame you once word gets out.
Huh? Is that a threat?
No, not at all. I'm simply stating that it would be quite a pity if an
well, even if what you say is true, what do you suggest?
I believe you still have a quantity of crystal marrow in your possession, correct? Perhaps that crystal marrow could be used as compensation for the recent tax hike, and us merchants could finally have some more breathing room.
Is that it?
Do you have any idea the hoops I had to jump through to get the crystal marrow and keep it hidden? Fine. And that...
And not even an ounce of shit.
So that's it? My shop's been closed for weeks now. I've even had to ask my friends to help bail me out. What about my losses?
Come on, Harrison. We've already struck a good...
I'm sick of being pushed around like this. I won't let him off so easily.
Harrison!
Hey, what's all this racket? Does someone dare question the decree?
Ah, Chief, you've arrived.
What was all the commotion I heard just...
Oh, we were just discussing a minor tax issue. I do my utmost to lend them a helping hand, but they're never grateful.
A helping hand? The only thing you're doing is stuffing your greedy pockets with our hard-earned wealth. I assure you that Hirage Shinsuke will—
Oh, and you dare to utter the Commissioner's name. You Outlanders have no respect for the rules. Seize the merchants. We will resolve this dispute.
Uh-oh. This is
Gentlemen, come now. Is there any need for this? If there's a dispute to resolve...
Who are you supposed to be? And why in my right...
You never heard of the Fixer?
Here's my card.
Huh. You're from the Yashiro Commission. Huh. Well, this is Kanjo Commission territory. However powerful the Yashiro Commission may be, you have no business...
Of course not, of course not. Still, perhaps you could show the young...
¿Qué es esto? ¿Qué es esto?
lady of our clan some courtesy. You wouldn't want your name showing up in a petition to the Shogun, would you?
That fan, the Shirasagi Himegimi. I don't need any trouble with her. Okay, let's forget all this. It'll give us one less thing to worry.
But, Chief!
Enough! We're leaving.
Let's get dinner one day soon, gentlemen. My treat, I insist. No response, huh? I suppose that bridge is well and truly burned then.
Thank you so much, Toma. But I'm sorry your relationship with the Kanjo Commission...
Hey, I was joking. It's a small price to pay, and you're more than welcome. If there's anyone you should be thanking, it's the Traveler. If nothing else, I'm sure the tax collection Ashigaru will tread a little more carefully in the future. Shh, not here. Too many people listening.
Vale. Vamos a ver.
Corruption seems rife in the Kanjo Commission. They truly are rotten to the core. All right. Time for me to answer your questions. What would you like to know? Straight to the point. Let me reintroduce. I belong to the Kamisato clan of the Yashiro Commission on Narukami Island. I'm an attendant of the Shirasagi Himegimi.
You've been keeping your true... So, the Yashiro Commission. Guessing that's another branch of the Tri-Commission?
Correct. The Kamisato clan is the head of the Yashiro Commission, who manage ceremonial and cultural affairs. I'm just someone who was fortunate enough to be taken in by the Kamisato clan. My role is to take care of the daughter of the clan, Kamisato.
Seems like she
Kamisato Ayaka, ¿no?
famous in Inazuma,
Okay.
given the reaction of those guys just now.
Oh, most definitely. She's graceful, dignified, and kind-hearted too. Her fame even somewhat eclipses that of her older brother, Kamisato Ayato, despite the fact that he's the current head of the clan. I suppose those who treat others with compassion earn themselves the same treatment in return. You're asking the right questions, and to be honest, I don't want to keep you in the dark any more than is necessary. Firstly, you should know that being a fixer is not something you can fake. I spent the better part of a month tirelessly building up a network of relationships on the island, and I got to know Captain Beto during that time too.
Still pretty good going for just a month.
Well, maybe I have a slight knack for schmoozery. But the main thing was, I had to make sure I'd be in time. Inazuma may have closed off to the outside world, but that hasn't stopped a lot of people from hearing about your feats in Mondstadt and Liyue. So, when Miss Kamisato heard of your intention to come to Inazuma, She began looking forward to your arrival with great anticipation. She's excited to find out whether the rumors, that is, that you have what it takes to change the tide of the
Change the tide?
In the test I gave you earlier, although there were a few hiccups at the end, it was you who found the way to turn the situation around. Navigating powerful people, using their character flaws to your advantage. It's just what Miss Kamisato had hoped to see. With your help, even the Vision Hunt decree... That's an unexpected development. Perhaps our sources... Yes, of course. I completely understand, and as a...
Toma sure didn't put up much of a fight.
Well, my work on Rito is done. Oh, one more thing. This invitation letter is for you. When you get to Narukami Island, you can find me at the Komori Tea House, as per the... Good luck with everything.
Ok. Vale. No hemos mirado el mapa siquiera y no sé ni en qué sitio estoy, ni cómo es de grande, ni nada.
What's up? Oh, right! Wait, so did Toma forget that too? Oh, darn it! As soon as we get off...
Vale. A ver, vamos a ver el mapa. Carajo, no podemos ver el mapa. Pinche su madre.
Stop there.
Sorry, but we really gotta get to Narukami.
If you don't have a travel permit, this is...
Traveler, you gotta think of something. How do we get out of... Are you saying we guess it can't hurt to try? Who knows? Maybe he's our...
Vale. Esquivando a estos por la...
Kanjo Commissioner's office. No trespassing.
We're here to see,
The Kanjo Commissioner seldom entertains outlanders. Leave now or we'll be forced to...
Ah, wait.
Oh, Commissioner!
These two are honored guests from afar. No need to give them the usual spiel. Come on in. Let's see what we can do for you.
Did you get off?
My sincere apologies.
Vale, al carajo, cabrón. Qué bonito esto. Uy, te he dejado huella. Te joder. No, en serio, qué bonito, tío. Y yo daba las espinas, pero... Mire. Miragi.
I am Hiragi Shinsuke, Kanjo Commissioner.
Nice to meet you, sir. So, the reason we wanted to come in...
All right, all in good time. Two travelers renowned far and wide have shown up to see me, and I...
So it's your...
Absolutely. How many other people in the world have what it takes to not...
Exactly! Paimon thinks you make an excellent point.
And I hear you also foiled a Fatui plot in Liyue Harbor. Even beat one of...
Whoa! You heard about... Something wrong...
No. I'm simply awestruck by you both is all. Rito is greatly honored to have... One other thing I heard about you is your great zeal for helping other people. This makes me wonder...
Oh, sure! No problem! Whatever you need, right?
Excellent. You must know the Qingshin. A flower grows on the mountaintops of Liyue.
Sí.
Yep, we've picked a few of those before. So...
Yes, bring me 300 Qingshin, would you? Freshly picked, I mean.
Puta madre, 300, ¿eh?
Did Paimon hear that wrong?
Too much trouble, is it? Then how about this? We have a few items that need delivering.
That sounds much more...
709 letters, to be precise.
Cojones.
Hey, what gives?
Terribly sorry. We're just a little short on people lately.
¿Quién es?
What sort of an explanation is that?
That's the spirit. Don't keep me waiting too long.
You're seriously considering taking this job? The terms are ridiculous.
Halt, you two! Miss Hiragi has a letter for you. She insists that you read it immediately.
A letter? Quick! Let Paimon see! So this means she wants you, but you didn't seem surprised at all by this. What's going on, huh? Have you been... Let's ask her tonight and see...
Vale, tenemos que subir... Bueno, subir no. Enviarla ahora. Mira, hemos leído que era a las 6 de la tarde, ¿vale? Vale, justo, mira, justo. Ok.
You finally arrived. Allow me to introduce myself. This is technically the second time we have met.
Wow. She's the daughter of the Hiragi.
No need to be so formal. I've long marveled at your accomplishments. And at last...
Is that Paimon or does something seem a bit
Ujú. Esta está enamorada de este, por lo que se ve, ¿no?
The reason why I wanted to secretly meet you here is... Well, I...
Discuss what?
I should like to ask for your help with delivering a letter.
¿O no?
Like father, like daughter.
No, you misunderstand me. I was hoping that you could deliver a letter to Narukami Island in my stead. It is to be given. My father has always forbidden me from communicating with him. He knows that there are prospects for my marriage that would better serve him politically. There is no one who would dare defy... Of course.
Vale, vale.
So, to be perfectly honest, I see
Venga, pues.
they seem to
Vámonos.
discuss it.
Déjame.
Keep you here. We don't have much time. Very well. I'll be waiting for you.
Voy a echar. Dura espalda hoy. Un poco what the fuck, ¿eh? Voy a saber dónde está la mierda esa aquí. No sé, hacia arriba. Vale, vale, allí. Enemigo morder, ¿eh? Vamos a descubrir el mapa, chavales. De la nueva zona. Hostia, qué guapo aquello, ¿no? A ver. Estas cartas son raras. Espera, espera, espera. Espera. Vamos a cambiar de hielo. Vamos a poner otra vez a esta. Vale. Y ahora con esta vamos a meter a la garza un pelotazo. Se ha caído el pollo para abajo, ¿verdad? Qué puto creo. Sí. Sí. Se ha caído, sí. Mira, esos son como con flores, algo así eléctricos, obviamente. Vale, tenemos aquella zona, que es como una especie de templo gigante, pero luego tenemos aquella, que allí sale luz, y allí arriba hay más luz, ¿vale? O sea que... Esperamos a ver qué pasa. Vamos a hablar con esta gente. ¿Y cojo eso antes? ¿Cómo te sube ahí? Pero si la pagoda esta va a ser todos los tejados así. En plan, es decir. Ajá. Quizás así, porque de otra forma. Lo dudo, ¿no? ¿Dónde están las flores? Ah, no. Bueno, flor. Electroculus. Electroculus. Sí, Electroculus perdido. Vale, vamos a hablar con la estatua esta. Eso es... ¿Sí? Y todo. Supongo que este será el templo que vimos. Aquí es para coger un barquito, para poder movernos. Aquí otro, aquí otro. Aquí otro, para. Aquí otro. Nice. Vale. Pues chicos, hemos llegado a otro sitio. Le vamos a meter una ofrenda de electróculo perdido, ¿vale? Vale, nos daría 60, 5 de electro, una llave. Hay que darle 10, ¿no? Bueno, vamos a ofrecerle una, que es la que tenemos. Y vamos a hacer la consonancia con electro, ¿vale? No sé cómo va a ser la consonancia con electro de este personaje, pero lo vamos a hacer. Seguramente sea una locura. Vale, vale. Ni tan mal. Está guay, está guay. Vale, tira como tres cosas extrañas, ¿vale? De eléctrica. Así que ni tan mal. ¿Por dónde estás? Aquí estoy porque he venido.
Hold on, please. These goods are being sent to Watatsumi Island?
My lady, this is an unexpected honor. You are correct. These goods have been repeatedly requested by the Kanjo.
Is there something wrong, lady?
No, as you were. My father simply has some concerns of the shipment's safety.
My lady, you aren't suggesting that you intend to escort the shipment personally?
Please, do not...
Yes, of course, my lady.
Now, do you really...
Vale, pues nada, ella como tiene poder,
Well then, it...
Yes, my lady.
por ser la hija de quien es, pues podemos irnos.
My lady, please stay back. We'll handle it.
Not as well as we'll handle it.
Ojo, Os reviento, Carazo. Oh, congelación. Está que metiéndole a... hijo de puta. Más tu saque para mí. Más tu saque para mí. Como cabrón. Pero te asqueroso. Oye.
Monster sighted. Prepare to counterattack. Protect Lady Hiraki at all costs.
We'll
comes the hunting.
Bueno, asqueroso. ¡Toma ya! Me valga para mí.
Watch out! More monsters inbound! Lady Hiraki, stay close.
Un samurái, loco. ¿Qué es esto? Qué puta, ¿eh? Puta, ¿eh? Estoy en la mierda, ¿eh? Estoy muertísimo. Fuego, un fuego. Pues sí, me he cargado uno de fuego. Me tiene de fuego. Así, así. Puta. ¿Qué es? ¿Qué pone? Una polla. ¿Qué es eso? What the fuck? Realmente no comprendo que sepa mierda, ¿eh? No sé qué cojones.
We can take refuge in the village up ahead. How are you faring, my lady?
I'm perfectly all right. You may stop here. In my letter,
My lady? So that's how it is. No, Lady Hiragi would never hide.
I'm not afraid to say that
The one Shinojo. What? No,
you two needn't worry.
Yes.
Vale, he visto que hay una flor que brilla y esa... A ver si terminan de hablar y me la llevo. Literal.
Quit your staring and let's get moving. We've got goods to shift.
Venga. Venga. Zarpando. ¿Eh? Vale. Conseguí marino. Hongo marino creo que se llama, ¿no? Sí, hongo marino. Obviamente todos los que podamos coger me los llevo. A ver, ahí pone... Las piedras son eléctricas, pero... Es cierto que no sé si se rompe con electricidad, pero... No sé, no. Pasa que se rompen así. Nice. Pasote esto porque... A ver, me explico. Están las piezas especiales. Bonito. Eso. Nice. Ahí hay una misión. Aquí hay otra misión. Uy, un zorrito. Está bonito. Todo. Uy, se han apagado cuando me he ido. Me voy. Son fuertes los cabrones estos, los... Joder, los samuráis, eso, ¿eh? Aldea Conda. Aquí podemos coger más. Y podemos subir, claro. Vamos a subir por aquí. Un poquito para aquí. Quizá por el bosque. Vale. Ahora hacia allá hay otro. Supongo que estará en el árbol. O no. Vamos a ver, ¿esto qué es? Esto no lo puedo. No sé lo que es, ¿eh? No sé lo que cojones es eso. Creo que están por abajo. Están debajo de tierra. No sé cómo es, pero vamos a probar. Y ahí no se puede entrar a no ser que sea por otro sitio. El cual será, pues no sé por dónde. Oh, mira, ni tan malo, oye. Eso no me importa ahora mismo, la verdad. Tres deseos, aquí que hay. Aquí recoger nada. Quizás podría comprar también. Sí, va a ser que sí. Otro coso de estos. Faltaría otro. Pues tenemos 10. Ah, pues no, ojo, tenemos 10, ¿eh? Podrían salirnos estas dos asquerosas que ya las tenemos. Podrían salirnos el tonto este de atrás. O podría salirnos esta bestia, ¿vale? Si conseguimos esta bestia sería lo puto suyo, chavales. Vamos a hacer esto para terminar el vídeo, ¿vale? No creo que tenga suerte, pero vamos allá, chicos. 3, 2, 1, vámonos. Venga. Disculpad, chavales, que tenía visita. Ah, qué putada nos anda esta mierda de lanza de 4 estrellas, tío. Ya no nos van a dar el personaje, ¿eh? Ya no nos dan el personaje. Qué asco más grande. No, ya no. Ya no, chavales. Nos anda esta mierda. A ver, no está fea, pero no tenemos personajes con lanza. Así que... Mierda que se coman. Literalmente. Mierda que se coman. Son un arco de 4 estrellas. En verdad, mira, aquí podemos comprar cositas. Es decir, permitimos, ¿vale? Tenemos estas armas, ¿vale? Arco, ¿vale? Este tiene 4 estrellas. O sea, sería una tontería comprar un de estos de 4 estrellas. Esta lanza está bloqueada, pero ya es de nivel 4. O sea, ni normal. Aquí tenemos la espada esa de león. Estas son 4 estrellas todas. Menos esta, obviamente. Es que ni de coño, tío. Qué putada, tío, que estés guardando X tiempo, mierda de esa, para tú poder comprarte sin tu mierda esta. Y que de buenas a primeras te den esa puta basura. Porque es lo que te dan, ¿vale? Una puta basura. El follo. Hijo de puta. Que te hagan esto, tío, después de X tiempo. Pasando ahí como un cabrón. Ojo con ese, ¿eh? El 45 tiene bastante vida. Se ha ido corriendo. Hacia allí, no lo entiendo. Vamos a meter un flechazo. Cabrón. Ese sí le va. Parece ser que le afecta un poquito el fuego, ¿no? Al gilipollas este, ¿no? Un poquito nomás. Ha afectado un poquito al colega. Vale, chavales, dame un momento, voy al servicio, pauso y vuelvo. Bueno, chavales. Como dije, me voy ya. Que tengo cositas que hacer. Hemos hecho lo que queríamos hacer de los 10 deseos esos, nos ha dado una mierda. Así que continuaremos. Qué bonito, tío. Esto es precioso, ¿eh? Precioso, tío, los cerezos y tal. Vale, acabamos de descubrir cómo se cogen las mierdas, las partículas esas. Así que nos vamos a despedir por aquí. Mirad, se cruzan. Y los cogemos, ¿vale? ¿Veis? Se separan. Pero si le tiramos los rayos estos eléctricos, los podemos coger, ¿vale? Estos los de cerezos se llaman. Vale. Dicho esto, mañana más, chavales. Hasta pronto. Chao, chao.